and intimidation. True progress requires sincerity, mutual respect, dialogue, and diplomacy. Principle Pakistan has upheld, and principles which India must finally choose to embrace if it truly seeks peace. I thank you.
I call on the representative of Islamic Republic of Iran.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Mr. President, in response to the distinguished representative of the UAE, I must stress that the Islamic Republic of Iran reiterates its full sovereignty over the Iranian islands of Abu Musa, Greater Tom, and Lesser Tom in the Persian Gulf and rejects categorically any claim to the contrary. The Islamic Republic of Iran underlines that the measures undertaken in those islands by the Iranian officials have always been conducted based on the principles of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Islamic Republic of Iran. My country always pursued a policy of friendship and good neighboring with all neighboring countries. As it was reiterated regularly, the territorial integrity and the sovereignty of my country over the said Iranian islands is not negotiable. I would like to stress that Persian Gulf is the only true geographical designation for the body of water lying between Iran and the Arabian Peninsula, which has been used since the dawn of history and endorsed by the United Nations system and must therefore be respected by all. Also, my delegation rejects the allegation of Germany against Iran. Such claims are part of their disinformation campaign intended to divert attention away from the crimes of the Israeli regime. In fact, the Israeli regime is the regional proxy for certain Western countries, as explicitly acknowledged by the German Chancellor, stating that it is the dirty work Israel is doing for all of us. Germany has fully supported such a dirty work. Germany is a compliance in genocide and other crimes of that regime, entailing the international responsibility of Germany. Moreover, while Germany has openly backed Israel's aggression against Iranian safeguarded nuclear facilities and also is a significant non-performance of its obligation under JCPOA and Resolution 2231, it is not in any position to lecture us here. Contrary to the false claim of the German foreign minister, Iran's nuclear program is and will remain entirely peaceful. Since November 2003, every report of the International Atomic Energy Agency has consistently confirmed this peaceful character. Iran has repeatedly and unequivocally emphasized that nuclear weapons have no place in its defense doctrine. In his statement before the General Assembly, the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran reaffirmed Iran's principled opposition to nuclear weapons and underscored the urgent need to uphold the Non-Proliferation Treaty. Iran's peaceful nuclear program poses no threat to international peace and security. Consequently, we oppose any attempt by E3 to treat this matter within the Security Council framework. It is unjustified, lacks a legal foundation, and serves no constructive purpose. On several occasions, including informal communication to the Security Council and the Secretary General, the Islamic Republic of Iran has made it clear that the notification submitted by France, Germany, and the United Kingdom, the so-called E3, to trigger the snapback mechanism is legally and procedurally defective and therefore null and void. The E3, Germany included, took this action while themselves refusing to comply with their own binding obligation under the JCPOA and Resolution 2231. Not only did they deliberately undermine the Resolution 2231 by demanding arrangements beyond its scope, but they also went so far as to advocate and justify military aggression against Iran's safeguarded nuclear facilities. Accordingly, any attempt to revive terminated resolutions is devoid of legal basis and stands politically and morally indefensible. Issues related to Iran's nuclear program have already been comprehensively addressed and settled within the framework of JCPOA and Resolution 2231. The government and the people of the Islamic Republic of Iran remain determined to exercise their inalienable right to nuclear technology for exclusively peaceful purposes and to build upon their own scientific progress in advancing various civilian applications for that technology. At the same time, as the only nation in recent history to have suffered the use of weapons of mass destruction, Iran categorically rejects the development, possession, or use of such inhuman weapons on both ideological and strategic grounds. I thank you, Mr. President.
I call on the representative of China.
Thank you, President. In response to the remarks made by some countries, China hereby exercises its right of reply. China has consistently maintained that the United Nations is not the appropriate forum for discussing South China Sea issues. However, in light of certain erroneous arguments, China deems it necessary to offer a sound response. China's position on South China Sea arbitration case has been consistently clear. The arbitration case was unilaterally initiated in violation of the principle of state consent and international law, including the United Nations Convention Law of the Sea. The arbitral tribunal in South China Sea case exercised its jurisdiction ultra vires and rendered an award in disregard of law. Its ruling is illegal and null and void. China neither accepts nor recognizes the ruling, nor does it accept any claims or actions based on it. China's territorial sovereignty and maritime rights and interests in the South China Sea remain unaffected by this ruling under any circumstances. The so-called ruling is an active example of international law and is by no means part of it. China's law enforcement activities in safeguarding its rights in maritime areas under its jurisdiction